Friends, there is an interesting trend happening in smartphone industry, the sub-brand trend. Yes, every smartphone manufacturer is coming up with a sub-brand. And in this video, I am going to decipher the science behind why smartphone manufacturers are launching these sub-brands. Wasn't important 5 years back, it was not there, but now it is. Every brand is doing it. Let's find out why. But before we get started, I am Arun Prabhudesai. You are watching Trakin Tech English, and if you're new here, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell icon. You know, there are brands that have launched not one but two sub-brands. Let's look up to Xiaomi, yes, Poco, and then Redmi. Earlier, Redmi was a series of Xiaomi. It was Xiaomi, Redmi phones. Then there is Mi, there is Redmi, and there is Poco, and there are brands and then sub-brands and sub-sub-brands. Again, let me take example of Xiaomi. It's Mijia, Wami. I don't know how many of them are there. They are in India, they are in China, they are country specific, and now every other smartphone manufacturer is doing it. For example, Vivo came out with iQOO. I don't know how to spell that, but iQOO is there. Oppo came with Realme in India. Huawei has Honor, and then there are local manufacturers resorting to sub-brands. Micromax had U Televenture, U Ace, and stuff like that. So basically, there are a lot of companies doing it. Why are they doing it? See, it's a simple science. If you are a luxury brand, let's say I'm talking about Oppo, just for an example, they might or might not. This is a hypothetical example. Oppo is a luxury brand and they have a premium on their smartphones, but they want to enter mid-segment, lower segment. If they enter with Oppo name itself, then the luxury brand name goes for a toss. Yes, because they also have a mid-range phone, they also have a entry-level phones. So sub-brand makes this very, very easy. Essentially, you can have a sub-brand, target a particular specific audience, and then you can use all the resources from the main parent brand and launch phones without hurting any of the brand names. And there is another reason. So many phones are launching every week. If you go 4 or 5 years back, there were hardly any phones. Not hardly any phones, but at least 4 or 5 were launching in a month. Now, 4 or 5 launch in a week. In a month, we have more than 20-25 phones launching. And with that kind of quantum of phones, sub-brands are necessary, are important, and very, very helpful. So let's take Xiaomi example again. Poco, value for money. Redmi, value for money. Poco, flagship specs. Redmi, all the budget, entry level and mid-range phones. So there is a specific focus area that every brand covers or is known for, and that's where sub-brands help. If you're liking this video, make sure you hit that like button and let us know. Sub-brands also help in positioning. Again, I'll give you an example again of Xiaomi. Xiaomi said that people look at us as cheap phone brand. Now they want to move away from that. If they had to produce entry-level phones and then move away from that tag of cheap brand, then they could not have done it. But now they have separated Xiaomi from Redmi or Redmi from Xiaomi. That's why Xiaomi can concentrate on a tag which is more luxury, whereas Redmi could be tagged as cheap phones or budget category phones. You know, I'm surprised Samsung, given their history in last couple of years and their market share going down, their sales going down, Xiaomi beating them in India, I'm surprised they have not come up with a sub-brand. And I would not be surprised if Samsung announces a sub-brand of their own for India or emerging countries like India very soon, probably in 2019 itself. And specifically in India, there is one more reason why sub-brands are launched. The online offline thing. Yes, this phone you get offline, this phone you get online. What happens is for offline the rates are different because then there is this whole supply chain comes into picture, and online you don't have any distributor, dealer, you don't have to part with your profits or your margins. So online cheaper, different sub-brand, offline slightly expensive but different sub-brand. So again, their sub-brand helps a lot. And finally, it helps in competition. Yes, with a sub-brand, you will target specific competitors. With another brand, luxurious brand, you are going to target someone else. Let's talk about Oppo and Realme. Oppo will target, let's say, OnePlus or Samsung flagship phones, whereas Realme will fight it out with Redmi. And that's because of sub-brands. Without sub-brands, they could not have done it. So friends, you tell me, how is this sub-brand experiment going to pan out further? More sub-brands are going to come, or you think this is a short phenomenon and it's going to die down soon? You tell me. I think sub-brands are phenomenal. It is good for consumers, it's good for you, and it is good for us. By the way, you guys tell me which phone do you use, which brand phone do you use, the parent one or the sub-brand one? Make sure you tell us in the comment section below. So friends, that's about it in this video. Until next time, keep tracking.